You speak every day. To colleagues, to friends, to strangers, to family. You think you're communicating. You're not. You're making noise, saying words, filling silence. But you're not actually communicating effectively. Not persuading. Not connecting. Not commanding respect. Not getting what you want. You're just talking. And talking without skill is worthless. Most people are terrible communicators. They ramble. They bore people. They fail to make their point. They can't persuade anyone. They're ignored in meetings, dismissed in conversations, forgotten after interactions. They speak, but nobody listens. They talk, but nothing changes. They communicate, but nothing happens. This is communication failure, and it's costing them everything. Your communication determines your results. In career, in relationships, in negotiations, in leadership, in sales, in life. People who communicate well get promoted, get respect, get opportunities, get what they want. People who communicate poorly stay invisible, stay ignored, stay powerless, stay frustrated. The difference isn't intelligence, it's communication skill. And communication skill can be learned. This isn't about talking more. It's about talking smarter. It's not about being louder. It's about being more effective. It's not about dominating conversations. It's about commanding attention when you speak. It's not about fancy vocabulary. It's about psychological impact. Smart communication gets results, gets respect, gets attention, gets action. This is what you're learning. The communication crisis. Modern communication is broken. People text instead of talk. They email instead of meet. They hide behind screens instead of facing people. They've lost fundamental communication skills. They can't hold eye contact, can't read body language, can't have difficult conversations, can't persuade anyone of anything. Their communication cripples, and they don't even know it. Social media made it worse. People think tweeting is communicating, think posting is connecting, think commenting is conversing. It's not. It's shallow interaction, surface-level noise, zero depth, zero skill, zero real communication. They're losing ability to communicate face-to-face, losing ability to read people, losing ability to persuade, losing ability to connect. This is communication poverty. You need to be different. You need real communication skills, face-to-face skills, persuasion skills, reading people skills, commanding attention skills, creating impact skills. These skills are rare now, which means they're valuable, which means mastering them gives you massive advantage. While everyone else is hiding behind screens, you'll be dominating real conversations, getting real results, building real influence. What you're learning. This book teaches communication psychology, not surface techniques. Deep psychology. How human minds process communication. What makes people listen? What makes people trust? What makes people act? What creates influence? What commands respect? What generates charisma? The psychological mechanisms underneath effective communication. Once you understand psychology, techniques become obvious. You'll learn first impressions, how they form, why they matter, how to control them, How to create powerful first impressions instantly. Every time. With everyone. This alone transforms your communication results. You'll learn word choice. Which words create respect? Which words destroy credibility? Which words persuade? Which words repel? How to choose words that create psychological impact, that command attention, that move people to action. Word choice is power. You'll master it. You'll learn body language, what your body communicates beyond words, how to align body with message, how to read others' body language, how to use body language to amplify message, how to detect lies, how to project confidence, how to command space. Body language speaks louder than words. You'll master both. You'll learn persuasion, the psychological principles that make people say yes, how to structure arguments, how to overcome objections, how to move people to action, how to sell ideas, how to influence decisions. Persuasion is learnable skill. You'll learn it. You'll learn difficult conversations, how to deliver bad news, how to set boundaries, how to say no, how to confront, how to negotiate, how to handle conflict. Most people avoid difficult conversations. You'll master them. This alone makes you rare, valuable, powerful. You'll learn reading people, how to detect emotions, how to identify lies, how to understand motivations, how to predict reactions, how to see what people hide. Reading people is unfair advantage. You'll develop it. You'll learn charisma, that mysterious quality that makes people magnetic. It's not mysterious. It's psychological. It's learnable. You'll understand what creates it, how to develop it, how to use it. Charisma multiplies communication impact. You'll build it. Who this is for? This is for people who want results from communication, who want respect, want influence, want to persuade, want to lead, want to sell, want to negotiate, want to connect, want to command attention, want their words to matter, want their communication to create impact. If you want results from speaking, this is for you. This is for people ready to learn, to practice, to improve, to develop real skills. Not people looking for magic tricks. Not people wanting shortcuts. Not people who think they already know everything. Real skill requires real work, real practice, real commitment. If you're ready for that, this transforms your communication forever. How to use this book. Read every chapter. Take notes. Practice techniques immediately. Don't just read and forget. Read and implement. Try techniques in real conversations. See what works. Refine approach. Practice more. Communication is skill. Skills require practice. Reading alone changes nothing. Practicing changes everything. Start with first impressions. Master that. Move to word choice. Master that. Progress through each chapter. Build skills progressively. Each chapter builds on previous. Each skill amplifies others. By end, you'll have complete communication system, psychological understanding, practical techniques, real skills, real results. Your communication determines your life quality. Better communication creates better career, better relationships, better opportunities, better results, better life. You're about to transform your communication. Starting now. Chapter 1. The Psychology of First Impressions. First 7 seconds. That's how long it takes people to form first impression of you. 7 seconds. Everything you say after fights against that initial impression. If initial impression is positive, everything you say is received favorably. If initial impression is negative, nothing you say matters. You're already dismissed, already judged, already categorized. 7 seconds determines everything. You need to master those 7 seconds. Most people waste first impressions. They're nervous, awkward, unsure. They mumble, look down, fidget. They communicate weakness immediately. Or they try too hard, talk too much, come across desperate. They communicate insecurity immediately. Either way, first impression is negative, and negative first impression is nearly impossible to overcome. You get one chance, one moment, one first impression. Make it count. First impressions are unconscious. People don't decide consciously to judge you. Their brain does it automatically. Pattern recognition, threat assessment, social positioning, all happens unconsciously in seconds, based on appearance, body language, tone, energy, initial words. Their unconscious mind processes everything, forms judgment. By time conscious mind engages, impression is set. You're fighting unconscious processing. You need to understand how it works. The primacy effect. First information received has disproportionate impact. This is primacy effect. First impression colors everything after. If first impression is competent, everything you do is seen as competent. If first impression is incompetent, everything you do is seen as incompetent. Same actions, different interpretations, based entirely on first impression. This is psychological reality. This is why first impressions matter so much. Example, you meet someone. First impression is confident and capable. Later you make mistake. They think everyone makes mistakes, no big deal. Different person. First impression is uncertain and weak. You make same mistake. They think, see, I knew they were incompetent. Same mistake. Different interpretation. Because of first impression. First impression creates lens through which everything else is viewed. You can't fight this. You can use it. Create strong positive first impression. Everything after is easier. Create weak negative first impression. Everything after is harder. Simple choice. Master first impressions. Make life easier. Fail first impressions. Make life harder. Every interaction, every meeting, every conversation. First impression sets the tone. Control it. What creates first impressions? Multiple factors create first impressions simultaneously. Appearance, body language, facial expression, eye contact, handshake, tone of voice, energy level, first words, confidence, all processed instantly, all contributing to overall impression. You need to optimize all factors, not just some, all of them. Appearance matters. Anyone saying otherwise is lying or coping. Humans are visual. We judge appearance instantly. You don't need to be attractive. You need to be put together, clean, appropriate, professional. well-groomed. This signals competence, respect, self-respect, respect for others, attention to detail, all unconsciously communicated through appearance. Dress better than expected, always. This creates positive impression before you speak. Body language dominates first impression. More than words, more than appearance. Body language communicates confidence, status, comfort, power, or opposite. Weakness, insecurity, nervousness, submission. Your body speaks constantly. People read it instantly. You need to control what your body communicates. Stand tall, shoulders back, head up, take space, move deliberately. This communicates confidence. This creates positive impression immediately. Eye contact is crucial. Strong eye contact communicates confidence, interest, engagement, respect. Weak eye contact communicates opposite, insecurity, disinterest, shame, fear. Most people have weak eye contact. They look away, look down, look around. This destroys first impression instantly. Hold eye contact, not aggressive stare. Comfortable, sustained eye contact. This alone dramatically improves first impressions. Practice this. Master this. Use this. Facial expression communicates emotion, openness, warmth, or opposite, coldness, hostility, judgment. Smile genuinely when meeting people, not fake corporate smile. Real warm smile. Eyes included. This creates positive emotion. People associate that positive emotion with you. They like you before you speak. Simple, powerful, underused. Handshake communicates confidence. Firm handshake signals confidence. Weak handshake signals weakness. Too strong signals, trying too hard. Find middle ground. Firm, confident, brief. Look them in the eye while shaking. Smile. This entire sequence creates powerful positive first impression. Practice handshakes. Get feedback. Perfect this. It matters more than you think. The first words that matter. First words you speak are disproportionately important. They set tone, establish dynamic, create impression. Most people waste first words. They say nothing memorable, nothing impactful, nothing that creates positive impression. They say generic pleasantries, meaningless small talk, forgettable words. This is wasted opportunity. First words should create impact. Speak clearly, confidently. Don't mumble. Don't rush. Don't fill space with and Speak deliberately. Each word chosen. Each word clear. This communicates competence, confidence, intelligence. People unconsciously respect clear speakers. Unconsciously dismiss mumblers. Simple difference. Massive impact. Use person's name early. People love hearing their own name. It's their favorite word. Using their name creates micro-positive emotion. They associate that positive feeling with you. Use name naturally, not excessively, but use it. Great to meet you, John. Better than great to meet you. Small difference. Psychological impact. Use it. Make statement, not question. Questions position you lower. Seeking approval. Seeking permission. Statements position you equal or higher. Confident, self-assured. Example: good to see you better than how are you? Statement asserts. Question seeks. Be asserter, not seeker. This creates higher status impression immediately. Reference something specific about them. Shows attention. Shows interest. Shows you did homework. I heard about your project in Singapore, better than generic greeting. This creates impression you're engaged. You care. You're observant. People respect observers. They trust people who pay attention. Be that person. The energy you bring. Energy level dramatically impacts first impression. High energy creates impression of enthusiasm, engagement, vitality, positive emotion. Low energy creates impression of disinterest, tiredness, depression, negative emotion. People are drawn to high energy, repelled by low energy. This is biological. High energy suggests health, vigor, life. Low energy suggests opposite. Control your energy. Bring appropriate energy to every interaction. Not manic energy. Controlled high energy. Alert, engaged, present, interested, alive. Not bouncing off walls. Not exhausting. Energized. This is attractive. This is magnetic. This creates positive impressions. Practice bringing controlled high energy to interactions. Notice difference in responses. People respond more positively, more warmly, more openly, because energy is contagious. Bring good energy. Create good impressions. Recovering from bad first impressions. Sometimes first impression goes wrong. You're tired. You're distracted. You mess up. First impression is negative. Can you recover? Yes, but it's harder. Much harder. Requires conscious effort. Requires time. Requires consistent better impressions afterward. First impression creates expectation. You need to violate that expectation consistently. Eventually new impression forms. But it takes work. Much easier to get first impression right. If you need to recover, acknowledge if appropriate. I apologize. I was distracted earlier. Let me give you my full attention now. Then deliver excellent second impression. Then excellent third. Then excellent fourth. Eventually new pattern establishes. Original first impression fades. New impression dominates. This takes time. Takes effort. Better to get first impression right initially. Taking action now. Evaluate your typical first impression. Ask trusted friends. Ask colleagues. What's your honest first impression when you meet me? Listen without defending. They're giving you gold. If feedback is negative, fix it. If feedback is positive, optimize it. Make it stronger. Practice components separately. Practice handshake with friends. Get feedback. Practice eye contact in low-stakes situations. Practice clear speaking. Practice bringing energy. Master each component. Then combine them. This creates powerful complete first impression. Before important meetings, prepare yourself. Check appearance. Set intention for energy level. Practice first words. Visualize confident body language. This preparation creates better first impressions consistently. Preparation works. Use it. Record yourself. Video record practice introduction. Watch it. Brutal honesty. What do you see? Confidence or nervousness? Clarity or mumbling? Good posture or slouching? Fix what needs fixing. Record again. Improve. This is deliberate practice. This is skill development. This works. First impressions determine everything that follows. Master them. Every interaction becomes easier. Every relationship starts stronger. Every opportunity becomes more likely. This is foundation. Build it strong. Everything else builds on first impressions. Get this right. Everything else becomes possible. Chapter 2. Words that command respect. Words are weapons, tools, building blocks, power sources. Right words create respect, create influence, create results. Wrong words destroy credibility, create confusion, generate resistance. Most people choose words carelessly. They use filler words, weak words, unnecessary words, words that undermine their message, words that destroy their credibility. You need to choose words deliberately, strategically, powerfully. Vocabulary isn't about impressing people. It's about precision, about impact, about creating specific psychological effects. Big words don't make you smart. Right words make you effective. Sometimes right word is simple. Sometimes it's sophisticated. Depends on audience. Depends on context. Depends on desired effect. Smart communicators choose words based on outcome, not ego, not showing off. Results. Eliminate weak words. Weak words destroy your credibility. They make you sound uncertain, apologetic, weak. These words need to be eliminated completely from spoken communication, from written communication, from your mental vocabulary. Every weak word you use undermines your message, undermines your confidence, undermines your impact. Maybe is weak word. It communicates uncertainty, lack of commitment. Maybe we should try this approach versus we should try this approach. Second version is stronger, more definitive, more confident. If you're uncertain, don't speak yet. When you speak, speak with confidence. Remove maybe from your vocabulary. Kind of and sort of are weak qualifiers. They dilute everything. This is kind of important communicates it's not really important. This is important communicates actual importance. Stop qualifying. Stop hedging. Stop weakening your statements with these words. They serve no purpose except destroying your credibility. I think often weaken statements. I think this is the best approach. Sounds like opinion you're unsure of. This is the best approach. Sounds like confident assessment. Sometimes, I think, is appropriate when distinguishing fact from opinion, but often it's just habit. Weak habit. Break it. State things confidently. Your confidence influences others. Sorry is overused. Apologize when you actually wrong someone. Don't apologize for existing, for speaking, for having needs. Sorry to bother you, but positions you as burden, as inferior, as apologetic for your mere existence. Say, do you have a minute? Not sorry to bother you. Stop apologizing unnecessarily. It destroys respect. Others' respect for you. Your respect for yourself. Just minimizes everything. I just wanted to check in, Sounds like you're minimizing your own importance. I wanted to check in sounds more substantial. I'm just the assistant positions you as inferior. I'm the assistant positions you as your role. Equal importance. Stop using just to minimize yourself. It becomes habit. Others start minimizing you too. Try implies possible failure. I'll try to finish it communicates uncertainty about completion. I'll finish it communicates commitment. Use try when actually uncertain, not as default word choice. Commit when you can commit. This builds trust, builds respect, builds credibility. Use definitive language. Definitive language creates respect, creates confidence, creates results. Speak definitively. Use strong verbs, clear nouns, active voice. Eliminate hedge words. Eliminate qualifiers. State things clearly, confidently, definitively. Will instead of might. I will complete this by Friday instead of I might be able to complete this by Friday. First version creates commitment, creates trust, creates respect. Second version creates uncertainty, creates doubt, creates lack of confidence in you. Can instead of could. I can handle that instead of I could probably handle that. First version communicates capability, confidence. Second version communicates uncertainty, lack of confidence. Small word choice, big impact. Choose words that communicate capability. Use active voice. I completed the project instead of the project was completed. Active voice shows agency, shows ownership, shows confidence. Passive voice hides agency, hides responsibility, sounds weak. Use active voice consistently. This alone improves communication significantly. Use specific language. We increased revenue 23% instead of we increased revenue a lot. Specific is credible. Specific is powerful. Specific is memorable. Vague is forgettable. Vague is weak. Vague is dismissed. Be specific. Always. This creates credibility, creates trust, creates respect. Power words that influence. Certain words have psychological power. They create emotions, influence decisions, generate action. These are power words. Learn them. Use them. Strategically. Not manipulatively. Ethically. But use them. They work. They're effective. They're powerful. Because is power word. People need reasons. Even weak reasons. You should do this because. Followed by any reason is more persuasive than statement alone. Robert Cialdini proved this. Simple word. Massive impact. Give people reasons. Always. Use because. It works. You creates personal connection. You will benefit from this more engaging than this provides benefits. Speaking directly to person engages them, makes message about them. People care most about themselves. Use you more. Makes communication more engaging, more persuasive, more effective. Imagine creates mental simulation. Imagine having this problem solved, makes person actually visualize desired outcome. Mental simulation increases desire, increases commitment, increases action. Use imagine to help people visualize outcomes. This is persuasive. This is powerful. This works. Proven creates trust. This proven method more credible than this method. People trust what's proven, what's established, what's tested. Use proven when accurate. This increases trust, increases credibility, increases acceptance. New creates interest. Humans are wired to notice novelty. New approach, more interesting than approach. New solution, more interesting than solution. Use new appropriately. This captures attention, creates interest, generates engagement. Guarantee, reduces risk perception. I guarantee results or guaranteed satisfaction. Removes risk, removes fear, removes resistance. People fear loss more than they desire gain. Remove fear. Use guarantee. This increases acceptance, increases action, increases results. Now creates urgency. Act now, more motivating than act. Available now, more compelling than available. Now creates urgency. Urgency creates action. Use now to drive action. This works. Use it. Avoid words that repel. Some words create negative psychological effects. Create resistance. Create rejection. Create negative emotions. Avoid these words. They undermine your message, no matter how good your content, but negates everything before it. You did great work, but person only hears what comes after, but everything before is dismissed. Replace, but with and. You did great work, and here's how to make it even better. Same message, different reception, and adds, but negates. Use and. Avoid but. However is sophisticated but. Same effect. Your idea has merit, however. Everything before, however, is dismissed. Use and additionally, or restructure sentence. Avoid, however, when possible. When delivering feedback. When persuading. When maintaining positive tone. No creates resistance. Sometimes necessary. Often avoidable. That won't work creates defensive reaction. Here's what will work. Redirects to solution. I can't meet Tuesday creates problem. I can meet Wednesday offers solution. Frame away from no when possible. Frame toward yes alternatives. This reduces resistance, increases cooperation, better results. Should creates obligation feeling, creates resistance. You should do this, creates psychological resistance. I recommend this because feels like choice. Choice generates acceptance. Obligation generates resistance. Use recommendation, not obligation. Better reception, better results. Problem creates negative frame. We have a problem creates negative emotion. We have a challenge to solve creates action orientation. Problem focuses on negative. Challenge or opportunity reframes toward solution. Use positive framing. Creates better psychology, better cooperation, better outcomes. Tailor words to audience. Different audiences respond to different words. Executives respond to ROI, efficiency, strategic advantage. Technical people respond to precision, accuracy, specifications. Creative people respond to innovative, unique, breakthrough. Tailor word choice to audience. This is smart communication. This is effective communication. This is psychological awareness. Listen to words your audience uses. Mirror some of their language. This creates rapport, creates feeling of similarity. People trust similar people. This is unconscious. This is powerful. Don't mimic obviously. Naturally incorporate some of their language patterns, their key words, their phrases. This builds connection, builds trust, builds influence. Taking action now. Record yourself. Phone conversation, meeting, presentation. Listen back. Count weak words. Maybe, kind of, just, sorry. Try. Count them. This is your baseline. Now work to reduce them. Conscious awareness changes behavior. Record again next week. Count again. Reduce. Keep reducing until eliminated. Practice definitive language. Before important conversations, script key points. Use active voice. Use definitive language. Use power words. Practice saying it until natural. This preparation creates better communication, better results. Use this technique. Build list of power words relevant to your field. Words that resonate with your audience. Words that create desired effects. Use them deliberately, not excessively, strategically. This increases effectiveness. Notice response. Notice results. Keep refining. Read your written communication, emails, messages, reports. Eliminate weak words. Strengthen language. Use active voice. Be definitive. People judge you by your written words, same as spoken words. Maybe more, because written words are permanent, reviewable. Polish your written communication. This affects how people perceive you, affects opportunities, affects results. Words are power. Choose them deliberately. Use them strategically. Eliminate weak words. Use strong words. Tailored audience. This alone transforms communication effectiveness, commands respect, creates influence, generates results. Master words. Master communication. Master outcomes. Chapter 3. Body language that speaks volumes. Your body speaks constantly, whether you intend it or not, whether you're aware or not. Your body is communicating, sending signals, creating impressions, revealing emotions, revealing intentions, revealing confidence or lack of it. Most people are unconscious of their body language. They're sending signals they don't intend, creating impressions they don't want, undermining their verbal messages with contradictory physical messages. This destroys communication effectiveness. You need to master body language, both sending and receiving. Body language is primary communication channel. Words are secondary. When body language and words conflict, people believe body language. Always. Unconsciously. If you say, "I'm confident," while slouching and fidgeting, nobody believes you. Your body told truth. Your words were lies. Body language always wins. Always. This is neural wiring. This is evolutionary adaptation. This is reality. Master body language, or your words mean nothing. The fundamentals, posture and presence. Posture is foundation. Everything builds on posture. Good posture communicates confidence, health, attention, respect. Bad posture communicates opposite: insecurity, laziness, disinterest, disrespect. Your posture is constant signal, broadcasting to everyone you interact with. Control your posture. Control major communication channel. Stand tall. Shoulders back but relaxed. Not military rigid. Naturally back. Chest slightly forward. Head up. Chin level. Not up, arrogant, or down, submissive. Level. Neutral. Confident. This is powerful posture. This communicates confidence immediately. Practice this until automatic, until natural, until your default posture. Sitting posture matters equally. Sit upright, back against chair back, not slouched forward, not leaning back excessively. Upright, engaged, present, feet flat on ground, hands visible, not hidden, not fidgeting, calm, controlled. This sitting posture communicates engagement, respect, confidence, attention. Take space. Confident people take appropriate space. They don't compress themselves. Don't make themselves small. They exist comfortably in space. Arms not pressed to sides. Legs not crossed tightly. Comfortable. Expansive. Not excessively. Not dominatingly. Appropriately. Practice taking appropriate space. This alone increases perceived confidence dramatically. Eye contact, the dominance channel. Eye contact is power. It's dominance. It's connection. It's respect. It's everything. Strong eye contact communicates confidence, interest, honesty, strength. Weak eye contact communicates opposite: insecurity, disinterest, deception, weakness. Most people have terrible eye contact. Looking away constantly. Looking down. Looking around. This destroys their communication power. You need strong eye contact. Appropriate eye contact. Powerful eye contact. Hold eye contact during conversation. Not staring. Not aggressive. Comfortable, sustained eye contact. Look at person you're speaking to. Look at person speaking to you. Break eye contact occasionally. Natural breaks. But maintain eye contact majority of time. This is comfortable. This is engaging. This is powerful. When listening, maintain more eye contact than when speaking. 80% eye contact when listening shows engagement, shows interest, shows respect. When speaking, 60 to 70% eye contact is appropriate. Too much feels aggressive. Too little feels insecure. Find balance. Practice this until natural. In group situations, make eye contact with everyone. Not just speaker. Not just highest status person. Everyone. This is social awareness. This is respect. This is inclusion. When you speak to group, scan faces. Make brief eye contact with individuals. This keeps everyone engaged. Keeps everyone feeling included. This is social intelligence. Looking away down and right often indicates lying or uncomfortable emotion. Looking away up and left indicates accessing memory. These aren't certain. They're indicators. Watch patterns. When person asks difficult question and they break eye contact down and right, might indicate discomfort. Might indicate deception. Note it. Useful information, but not conclusive. Body language is context-dependent. Multiple signals matter, not single signals alone. Hand gestures amplify or destroy. Hand gestures amplify verbal communication when used correctly, destroy it when used incorrectly. Most people either don't gesture enough, appear stiff, uncomfortable, restricted, or gesture too much, appears manic, chaotic, uncontrolled. Find balance. Gesture deliberately, purposefully, naturally. Use hand gestures to emphasize key points. When making important statement, gesture naturally. This amplifies message, makes it more memorable, more impactful. People remember gestures plus words better than words alone. This is psychology. Use it. Gesture deliberately during key points. Keep gestures in power zone. Between waist and shoulders. Between sides of body. Not above head, too energetic, uncontrolled. Not below waist, too weak, unnoticeable. In power zone. Controlled. Visible. Effective. This is optimal gesture space. Use it. Open palm gestures create trust. Palms up or palms forward suggests openness. Honesty. Vulnerability. Creates trust. Use open palm gestures when building rapport, when requesting trust, when explaining honestly. This is unconscious signal. People respond positively to open palms. Pointing is aggressive. Pointing at people creates defensive reaction. Pointing at things is fine. Pointing at people is attack. Avoid pointing at people. Use open hand gestures instead. Directing with flat hand. Not pointing with finger. Same direction. Different psychological impact. Much better reception. Steepling fingers, fingertips touching, palms apart, signals confidence. Authority. Control. Use this when establishing authority, when displaying expertise, when leading. This is power gesture, but don't overuse. Overuse appears arrogant. Use strategically. Fidgeting destroys credibility. Playing with pen. Tapping fingers. Adjusting clothing constantly. Touching face. These signal nervousness, anxiety, weakness. Become aware of fidgeting. Consciously stop. Rest hands calmly. Use deliberate gestures, not nervous movements. This increases perceived confidence dramatically. Facial expressions, the emotion broadcast. Your face broadcasts emotions constantly. You think you're controlling it. You're not. Micro-expressions flash across face, revealing real emotions. Before conscious control engages, trained observers see these. Everyone perceives them unconsciously. Your face tells truth your words hide. Control your face, or it betrays you. Smile genuinely. Real smile involves eyes. Crow's feet at eye corners. Eyes slightly squinted. Mouth smiling. This is genuine smile. Fake smile is mouth only. Eyes don't change. People detect difference unconsciously. If they can't trust your smile, they can't trust you. Smile genuinely, or don't smile. Don't fake smile. It undermines trust. Neutral expression matters. When not smiling, what does your face show? Some people have natural frown, resting bitch face. This creates impression of anger, hostility, unfriendliness, even when they feel neutral. Check mirror. What does your neutral face communicate? If negative, consciously adjust. Slight upturn of mouth corners. Relaxed forehead. This creates neutral but approachable expression. This improves interactions significantly. Match emotional tone to message. Delivering serious information with smile creates cognitive dissonance. People distrust you. Delivering exciting news with flat face creates confusion. Match face to message. Serious face for serious message. Excited face for exciting message. Concerned face for concerning message. This is congruence. Congruence creates trust. Incongruence creates distrust. Reading others' body language. Understanding body language isn't just controlling yours. It's reading others. Seeing what they're really thinking, really feeling, really intending. This is superpower. This is unfair advantage. This is crucial skill. Watch for clusters. Single signal means little. Multiple signals confirming same thing means much. Person crosses arms, defensive, leans back, withdrawal. Breaks eye contact, discomfort. Face tightens, stress. Cluster of defensive signals. They're uncomfortable. Adjust approach. Single crossed arms. Might just be comfortable sitting position. Cluster is meaningful. Look for clusters, not individual signals. Watch for incongruence. Words saying one thing, body saying another. I'm happy to help, said with tight jaw. Tense shoulders, flat voice. Words lie. Body tells truth. They're not happy to help. They feel obligated. Note this. Useful information. People lie with words. Rarely lie with bodies. Bodies betray truth. Watch for baseline changes. Everyone has baseline body language. Quiet person suddenly talks more. Energetic person suddenly quiet. Person who maintains eye contact suddenly looks away. Changes from baseline are significant. Something shifted. Something changed. Note it. Ask about it if appropriate. Baseline changes indicate emotional shifts. Internal changes. Useful information. Leaning in indicates interest. Engagement. Agreement. Leaning away indicates disinterest. Disengagement. Disagreement. Watch lean direction. Toward you is good. Away from you is bad. Adjust your communication based on lean. Leaning away. You're losing them. Change approach. Leaning in. You're connecting. Continue current approach. Crossed arms isn't always defensive. Sometimes just comfortable. Watch context. Crossed arms plus other defensive signals equals defensive. Crossed arms alone might mean nothing. Context matters. Temperature matters. Comfort matters. Don't overinterpret single signals. Look for patterns. Look for clusters. Look for context. Taking action now. Video record yourself. Speaking. Presenting. Conversing. Watch with sound off. What does your body language communicate? Confidence or nervousness? Engagement or disinterest? Openness or defensiveness? This is what others see. Before hearing your words, improve what needs improving. Practice power posture. Daily. Stand tall. Shoulders back. Head up. Take space. Practice until automatic. Until natural. Until comfortable. This changes how others perceive you, changes how you feel. Physiology affects psychology. Stand confidently. Feel confident. Be confident. Practice eye contact with everyone. Barista, cashier, colleagues, friends, strangers. Build comfort with eye contact. Build strength with eye contact. This single change transforms communication power. Practice daily, until natural, until comfortable, until powerful. Record meeting or conversation. Watch others' body language. Note clusters. Note incongruence. Note baseline changes. Practice reading people. This is skill. Skills improve with practice. Practice reading body language. Become expert. This is unfair advantage. Use it. Your body speaks constantly. Make sure it says what you want it to say. Control your body language. Read others' body language. This transforms communication completely. This is mastery. This is power. This is essential skill. Master it. Chapter 4. The Art of Persuasion. Persuasion is influence. Influence is power. Power to change minds, change decisions, change actions. People who persuade will get what they want. Get others to cooperate. Get buy-in. Get support. Get results. People who can't persuade struggle. Their ideas ignored. Their requests denied. Their influence minimal. Their results limited. Persuasion is learnable. Persuasion is psychology. Persuasion is skill. You can master it. Most people think persuasion is arguing, pushing, pressuring. It's not. That's coercion. That creates resistance, creates resentment, creates opposition. Real persuasion is elegant, psychological, strategic. It makes people want to agree, want to help, want to say yes, because it's their idea, their decision, their choice. Real persuasion doesn't feel like persuasion. It feels like natural agreement. This is art. This is skill. This is what you're learning. The foundation, reciprocity. Reciprocity is fundamental persuasion principle. People feel obligated to return favors, to reciprocate. You give something, they feel compelled to give back. This is hardwired. This is universal. This is powerful. Use reciprocity strategically, ethically, powerfully. Give before asking. Want something from someone? Give them something first. Help, information, introduction, compliment, anything valuable. This creates reciprocity obligation. When you ask later, they're more likely to say yes, because they owe you. Unconsciously, they feel obligation to reciprocate. This works. This is proven. Use it. Make it personal. Generic giving creates weak reciprocity. Personalized giving creates strong reciprocity. I thought of you when I saw this. Creates stronger obligation than random gift. Show you were thinking specifically of them. Chose specifically for them. Acted specifically for them. This increases reciprocity pressure. Increases likelihood they'll reciprocate. Give unexpectedly. Expected gifts create weak reciprocity. Thank you for the gift. Here's yours is exchange, not reciprocity. Unexpected gift creates strong reciprocity. They weren't prepared, weren't expecting. Feel surprised. Feel obligated. More likely to want to return favor. Time you're giving strategically. Unexpected timing increases impact. Don't make it transactional. I'll do this if you do that is negotiation, not reciprocity. Give freely, without explicit expectation. This creates genuine reciprocity feeling. When you ask later, they remember your generosity. Feel obligated to help. This is more powerful than explicit transaction. Give generously. Ask separately. Better results. The principle, social proof. People look to others for behavioral cues, especially in uncertainty. What are others doing? Guides decisions. This is social proof. This is conformity. This is powerful persuasion tool. Show that others are doing what you want target to do. This dramatically increases compliance. Everyone is doing this is persuasive. Many clients choose this option, more persuasive than this is good option. Social proof reduces risk perception, reduces decision anxiety. If others chose this, it must be safe. Use social proof constantly. In sales, in leadership, in persuasion. It works. Use similar others. Social proof from similar people is most powerful. Salesperson targeting doctors? Use testimonials from doctors. Targeting young professionals? Use testimonials from young professionals. Similar age, similar role, similar situation. Similarity increases social proof power. Target sees, people like me chose this. Much more persuasive than people chose this. Use numbers when possible. Over 10,000 customers, more persuasive than many customers. Specific numbers are credible, impressive, persuasive. 95% of participants recommend this, extremely persuasive. Use actual data, actual numbers, actual statistics. This maximizes social proof impact. Show popularity. Bestseller. Most popular choice. Top rated. These labels are social proof. They communicate others validated this. Others chose this. Others approved this. This reduces buyer resistance, reduces decision anxiety, makes choice feel safer. Use popularity indicators. They persuade. The technique, consistency. People want to be consistent with previous commitments, previous statements, previous actions, previous identity. Inconsistency creates cognitive dissonance, creates discomfort. People avoid inconsistency. Use this. Get small commitment, then request larger commitment consistent with first. Much higher acceptance rate. This is commitment and consistency principle. This is powerful. Start small. Want big commitment? Start with tiny commitment. Do you support environmental protection? Almost everyone says yes. Then later, would you sign this petition for environmental protection? Higher acceptance. Because saying no would be inconsistent with earlier yes. They said they support it. Now they need to be consistent. Small commitment leads to larger commitment. Get it in writing. Verbal commitments are weak. Written commitments are strong. People feel more bound by what they wrote, what they signed, what they publicly stated. Want commitment to stick? Get it written. Get it signed. Get it public. This increases consistency pressure, increases follow-through, increases results. Label them. You're the kind of person who. Then describe desired behavior. You're the kind of person who keeps commitments. Now, keeping commitment is consistent with identity. Breaking commitment creates identity inconsistency, creates discomfort. People avoid this. They act consistent with label. Use labeling strategically, ethically, powerfully. Remind them of past behavior. You've always been reliable. Before requesting favor makes refusing harder, because refusing would be inconsistent with past identity. Past pattern. They've been reliable before. Being unreliable now creates inconsistency, creates discomfort. They're more likely to say yes. Use past behavior as leverage. Remind them who they've been. Ask them to be consistent. The strategy, liking. People say yes to people they like. This is obvious. This is powerful. This is often overlooked. Want to persuade someone? Make them like you. Increase liking. Increase influence. Decrease liking. Decrease influence. Simple formula. Complex execution. Find genuine common ground. Shared interests. Shared experiences. Shared values. Shared connections. Commonality creates liking, creates rapport, creates trust. Research before important persuasion attempts. Find commonalities. Mention them naturally. I saw you went to Ohio State. I did too. Instant connection. Instant liking boost. Use commonality strategically. Give genuine compliments. Insincere compliments backfire. Genuine compliments build liking. Find something genuinely admirable. Compliment it. Specifically. Sincerely. This creates positive feelings. People associate those feelings with you. They like you more. They're more persuadable. Use genuine compliments. Before requests. During conversations. Strategically placed. Be attractive. Not physically necessarily. Attractive means well-groomed, well-dressed, positive, energetic, engaging. These create attraction. Create liking. Work on being more attractive. In all senses. This increases persuasion ability. Increases influence. Increases success rate. Mirror subtly. Mirror body language. Mirror speaking pace. Mirror energy level. Mirror language patterns. This creates unconscious feeling of similarity, of connection, of liking. Don't mimic obviously. Mirror subtly, naturally. This builds rapport, builds liking, increases persuasion success. The power authority. People obey authority, respect authority, are persuaded by authority. This is evolutionary. This is cultural. This is hardwired. Establish yourself as authority. Your persuasion power increases dramatically. Without authority, your persuasion power limited. Build authority. Use authority. Ethically. Powerfully. Display credentials. Degrees. Certifications. Awards. Experience. Expertise. These signal authority. These create trust. These increase persuasion. Don't be obnoxious, but don't hide expertise. Display it appropriately. In my 20 years of experience, establishes authority, increases credibility, increases persuasion. Use titles. Dr. Smith recommends this, more persuasive than John recommends this. Titles signal authority, signal expertise, signal credibility. Use your title if you have one. Reference others' titles when citing them. This increases authority perception, increases persuasion. Dress the part. Authority figures dress professionally. Dress appropriately for role. Doctor in white coat has more authority than doctor in casual clothes. Same expertise, different perception. Dress creates authority perception. Use it. Dress professionally. Dress appropriately. This increases authority, increases persuasion. Speak confidently. Authority figures speak with confidence. Speak definitively. Speak clearly. Hesitant speech destroys authority perception. Confident speech builds it. Work on speaking with authority. This dramatically increases persuasion ability. Taking action now. Identify upcoming persuasion opportunity. Sales pitch. Request for help. Proposal. Strategy discussion. Plan it. Which principles apply? How can you use reciprocity? Social proof. Consistency. Liking. Authority. Plan specifically. Then execute. Notice results. Refine approach. Practice giving before asking. Next time you need favor, give something first. Week before. Day before. Hours before. Create reciprocity. Then ask. Notice increased acceptance rate. This works. Use it regularly. Collect social proof. Testimonials. Reviews. Statistics. Success stories. Use them in persuasion attempts. 95% of clients choose this option better than this is good option. Build library of social proof. Use strategically. This increases success rate significantly. Build authority indicators. Get certifications. Publish expertise. Speak publicly. Write content. Build credibility markers. These increase authority perception. Increase persuasion power. Worth investment. Plan authority building. Execute consistently. Persuasion is skill. Practice improves it. Study improves it. Application improves it. Use these principles ethically, strategically, powerfully. Watch results improve. Watch influence grow. Watch success increase. Persuasion is power. Master it. Chapter 5. Difficult conversations mastered. Most people avoid difficult conversations. They delay. Make excuses. Hope problem resolves itself. It doesn't. Problems fester. Relationships deteriorate. Situations worsen. Because people lack skill to handle difficult conversations effectively. They fear confrontation. Fear negative reactions. Fear saying wrong thing. So they say nothing. This is cowardice. This is ineffective. This is destructive. You need to master difficult conversations. Face them confidently. Handle them skillfully. Resolve them successfully. Difficult conversations are necessary. Setting boundaries. Delivering criticism. Confronting problems. Ending relationships. Negotiating hard terms. Saying no. These conversations are unavoidable. Avoiding them makes things worse. Facing them creates resolution, creates clarity, creates progress. People who can handle difficult conversations gain massive advantage. Because most people can't. Most people avoid. You won't. You'll master this skill. You'll become person who handles what others avoid. Preparation, the foundation of success. Never enter difficult conversation unprepared. Preparation determines outcomes. Know your objective. Know your points. Know your boundaries. Know their likely reactions. Know your responses. Preparation creates confidence. Confidence creates better outcomes. Always prepare. Every difficult conversation. No exceptions. Define clear objective. What outcome do you want? Be specific. I want better cooperation is vague. I want them to respond to emails within 24 hours is specific. No exact outcome you want. This guides conversation. Prevents drift. Prevents settling for less than needed. Know your non-negotiables. What must happen? What's absolute minimum acceptable outcome? Know this before conversation. This prevents agreeing to unacceptable compromise in heat of moment. Know your line. Hold your line. Prepare to walk away if line is crossed. Anticipate their reactions. How will they respond? Angry? Defensive? Sad? Argumentative? Anticipate likely reactions. Prepare responses. This prevents being caught off guard. Prevents reactive responding. Allows calm, controlled responses. Preparation is power. Use it. Script key phrases. Not entire conversation, but key phrases. Opening statement. Core message. Boundary statement. Closing statement. Script these. Practice these. Until smooth. Until confident. This prevents fumbling in crucial moments. Having script prepared increases confidence. Increases effectiveness. The opening set the tone. Opening sets tone for entire conversation. Open poorly. Conversation goes poorly. Open well. Conversation has chance of going well. Master opening. Be direct. Be respectful. Be clear. No small talk. No easing in. Direct start. This shows seriousness. Shows respect for their time. Shows confidence. We need to talk about. Direct. Clear. Serious. No ambiguity. They know conversation is important. They know topic. They can prepare mentally. This is respectful. This is effective. Don't surprise attack. Don't corner. Don't ambush. We need to talk about performance issues. Is now good or should we schedule time? Give them choice. Give them dignity. This increases cooperation. State purpose immediately. I want to discuss the missed deadline and establish clear expectations moving forward. Purpose is clear. Outcome is clear. No confusion. No wondering where this is going. Clarity reduces anxiety. Increases focus. Increases productive discussion. Use I statements. I feel concerned about. Better than you always. I statements express your experience. Your perception. Less accusatory. Less defensive triggering. Use statements attack. Trigger defense. Create conflict. Use I statements. Reduce defensiveness. Increase productive discussion. The middle, deliver the message. Middle is where message gets delivered. This is critical part. This is where most people fail. They soften too much. They ramble. They apologize excessively. They're unclear. This fails. Be clear. Be direct. Be compassionate, but clear. Kindness isn't lack of clarity. Kindness is respectful clarity. Deliver message clearly. Be specific. Don't generalize. You're always late triggers defense. You've been late 3 times this week is factual. Specific. Harder to argue with. Use specific examples. Specific dates. Specific instances. This is concrete. This is credible. This is effective. Separate person from behavior. Your irresponsible attacks person. Triggers defense. This behavior doesn't meet our standards. Addresses behavior. Less personal. Less defensive. Easier to change behavior than change identity. Address behavior, not character. This increases receptiveness. Increases change likelihood. Don't sandwich negative. Compliment sandwich is transparent. Insincere. Everyone knows the compliments are padding for criticism. Just deliver message. Directly. Respectfully. With compassion. But directly. Sandwiching makes you seem weak. Seem manipulative. Seem insincere. Be direct. Be honest. Be clear. Allow silence. After delivering message, stop talking. Let them process. Let them respond. Most people keep talking. Keep explaining. Keep softening. This weakens message. Deliver message. Stop. Silence is powerful. Let it work. They'll fill silence. Usually with what they're really thinking. Listen. Don't fill silence with more talking. Handling reactions. Stay calm. They'll react. Possibly strongly. Anger. Tears. Arguments. Defensiveness. Silence. These are normal. Expected. Don't let reactions derail you. Stay calm. Stay focused. Stay on message. Their emotion is their responsibility. Your calm is yours. Maintain it. If anger appears, stay calm. Don't match anger. Don't defend against anger. Acknowledge it. I can see you're upset. Then pause. Let them express. Don't interrupt. Let anger peak. Let it pass. Anger is energy. It dissipates. Let it. Then continue conversation. Calmly. This models emotional control. Often they'll match your calm. Eventually. If tears appear, don't panic. Offer tissue. Brief pause. Take your time. Then continue when they're ready. Tears are emotion release. Let them happen. Don't use tears as reason to abandon message. Compassion doesn't mean backing down. Message still needs delivering. Be compassionate. Be firm. Both are possible. If defensiveness appears, don't argue. Acknowledge their perspective. I understand you see it differently. Then return to facts, to specifics, to needed outcome. Don't get pulled into debate about who's right. Focus on forward movement. Focus on solution. Focus on what needs to happen next. If silence appears, let it be. Don't fill it. Silence might be processing, might be thinking, might be deciding how to respond. Give them space. Wait. Eventually they'll speak. Often with more honest response than if you'd filled silence immediately. Silence is tool. Use it. The closing, establish agreement. Closing establishes agreement. Establishes next steps. Establishes accountability. Without clear closing, conversation drifts. Nothing changes. Nothing resolves. Close clearly. Close strongly. Close with agreement on next steps. Summarize agreement. So we've agreed you'll submit reports by Friday noon. I'll provide more detailed assignment guidelines, and we'll check in next Monday. Correct. Summarize. Get confirmation. This prevents misunderstanding. Prevents later, I didn't know that. Clear summary. Clear agreement. Clear accountability. Get commitment. Can you commit to this? Verbal commitment increases follow-through. Public commitment increases it more. Get them to say yes. Out loud. This increases accountability. Increases likelihood of actual change. Get explicit commitment. Not assumed agreement. Explicit verbal commitment. Document if appropriate. Important conversations should be documented. Email summary. Written agreement. This creates record. Creates accountability. Creates clarity for both parties. Following up on our conversation, we agreed. Document major points. Send to them. This prevents later disputes about what was agreed. Schedule follow-up. Let's meet next week to see how this is progressing. Built-in accountability. Built-in check-in. This shows you're serious. You'll follow up. They can't just agree then ignore. Follow-up scheduled increases compliance. Increases results. Always schedule follow-up. Always execute follow-up. Taking action now. List difficult conversations you're avoiding. With colleague. With family. With friend. With employee. List them. Choose one. Prepare for it. Script opening. Identify objective. No non-negotiables. Schedule it. Have it this week. Don't delay longer. Practice makes this easier. Start practicing. Now. Role-play difficult conversation. With friend. With colleague. With coach. Practice delivering message. Practice handling reactions. Practice staying calm. Role-play makes real conversation easier. Reduces anxiety. Builds confidence. Use role-play. It works. After difficult conversation, debrief yourself. What went well? What didn't? What would you do differently? Learn from each conversation. Each one teaches. Each one improves your skill. Difficult conversations are practice. Each one makes you better. If approached correctly. Study conflict resolution. Read more. Learn more. Watch negotiations. Watch difficult conversations. Learn from experts. Learn from experience. This is learnable skill, not innate talent. Study improves it. Practice improves it. Both together create mastery. Invest in learning this. Returns are massive. Difficult conversations don't become easier by avoiding them. They become easier by doing them. By building skill. By practicing. By learning. Start now. Face what you've been avoiding. Handle it skillfully. Resolve it successfully. This builds confidence. Builds skill. Builds results. Master difficult conversations. Master major life skill. Few people have this. Be one who does. Chapter 6. Reading people like books. Information is power. Information about people is supreme power. What they're thinking, feeling, intending, planning, hiding. Knowing this gives unfair advantage in negotiations, in relationships, in leadership, in sales, in life. Most people communicate more than they realize. Their words say one thing. Their body, their tone, their micro-expressions say something else. Usually truth. Learn to read these signals. Learn to see what others miss. This is superpower. This is mastery. This is crucial skill. Reading people isn't mind reading. It's pattern recognition. It's understanding psychology. It's observing carefully. It's connecting signals to meanings. Some people do this naturally. Most can learn. You can learn. With practice, with attention, with knowledge. You can develop extraordinary ability to read people, to understand them, to predict them, to influence them. This chapter teaches how. Baseline, know they're normal. Everyone has baseline behavior. They're normal. How they usually act. Sound. Move. React. Baseline is reference point. Deviations from baseline are meaningful. Changes from baseline indicate something shifted. Something changed internally. Without knowing baseline, you can't identify deviations. Learn baseline first. Then watch for changes. Observe them in neutral situations. How do they sit normally? How much eye contact do they usually make? How animated are they typically? What's their normal speaking pace? Tone. Energy level. These are baseline. Everyone's different. Quiet person's normal isn't talkative person's normal. No individual baseline. Not generic baseline. Watch patterns over time. One observation isn't enough. Multiple observations create pattern. Pattern reveals baseline. Colleague always arrives exactly on time. That's baseline. Suddenly arriving late repeatedly. Deviation. Meaningful. Friend usually texts back immediately. That's baseline. Suddenly taking hours. Deviation. Meaningful. No patterns. Spot changes. Context matters. Same person behaves differently in different contexts. Baseline at work differs from baseline at home. Baseline with friends differs from baseline with strangers. No context-specific baselines. Compare context to context. Don't compare work baseline to party baseline. Different contexts. Different baselines. Context awareness is crucial. Micro-expressions. The truth leaking out. Micro-expressions are brief facial expressions. Fraction of second. They flash across face before conscious control kicks in. They reveal genuine emotion before person can mask it, before person can fake different emotion. Micro-expressions are truth. They're involuntary. They're universal. They're readable. Learn to spot them. Learn to interpret them. This reveals what people actually feel. 7 universal emotions show in micro-expressions. Happiness, sadness, anger, fear, disgust, surprise, contempt. Each has distinctive facial expression. Each is cross-cultural, universal, same in every culture, every context. Learn these. Study them. Practice identifying them. This is foundation of reading emotions. Happiness, genuine smile, Eyes crinkle, cheeks raise, mouth corners up. This is real happiness. Fake smile is mouth only. Eyes don't change. Learn difference. Spot fake smiles. Spot real smiles. This tells you genuine emotional state. Anger, eyebrows down and together, eyes glaring, lips pressed thin or teeth showing. This is anger. Brief flash before person controls it. Spot it. You know they're angry, even if they say they're fine. Truth leaked. You saw it. Fear, eyes wide, eyebrows raised and drawn together, mouth open. This is fear. Surprise is similar but eyebrows different. Learn distinction. Fear indicates threat perception, real or imagined. Person is scared, even if they're acting tough. Microexpression revealed truth. Watch for suppression. Person starts to show emotion, then suppresses it, then shows different emotion. You saw both. Initial emotion was real. Second emotion is masked. Example, person hears news. Flash of anger crosses face. Then they smile. Anger was real. Smile is masked. You know truth. They're angry, even though they're smiling. Vocal cues, beyond the words. Voice reveals emotion. Stress, deception, confidence, more than words themselves. How something is said matters more than what is said. Tone, pitch, pace, volume, emphasis. These carry meaning. These reveal truth. Listen to voice, not just words. Voice tells real story. Higher pitch indicates stress or lying. When stressed or lying, vocal cords tighten. Pitch rises slightly, usually unnoticeable to casual listener. Trained listener hears it. Baseline pitch is X, suddenly pitch is higher. They're stressed, or lying, or both. Useful information. Monitor pitch changes. Faster pace indicates anxiety or excitement. Baseline speaking pace is Y. Suddenly they're speaking faster. They're anxious, or excited, or time pressured. Context determines which, but baseline changed. Emotional state changed. Pace reveals it. Slower pace indicates thinking carefully, choosing words, possibly constructing lies, possibly just being careful. Watch context. Watch patterns. Volume changes indicate emotion. Speaking louder indicates strong emotion. Anger, passion, conviction. Speaking softer indicates fear, shame, deception, uncertainty. Changes from baseline volume are meaningful. Sudden softness during otherwise normal conversation. They're uncomfortable with this topic. Note it. Explore if appropriate. Vocal emphasis reveals priority. I didn't steal the money. Emphasis on I suggests someone else did. I didn't steal the money. Emphasis on steal suggests maybe they borrowed it. I didn't steal the money. Emphasis on money suggests maybe they stole something else. Listen to emphasis. It reveals thinking. It reveals truth. It reveals what they're really saying beyond words. Deception detection, catching lies. Everyone lies. Small lies. Big lies. White lies. Harmful lies. Detecting lies is valuable skill. In business, in relationships, in negotiations, in life, liars reveal themselves. through verbal cues, through nonverbal cues, through behavioral patterns. Learn to spot these. Learn to detect deception. This protects you. This informs you. This empowers you. Increased details suggest truth. Fabricated stories lack detail. Real stories have detail. Liar says, "I was at home." Truth teller says, "I was at home watching that new series on Netflix, the one about the chef. I just made spaghetti for dinner." Detail. Specificity. Hard to fabricate. Easy to recall if real. Ask for details. Liars struggle. Truth tellers provide. Decreased eye contact suggests deception. Baseline eye contact is X. During certain topic, eye contact drops significantly. Possible deception. Possible discomfort. Either way, noteworthy. Not conclusive, but indicator. Combined with other signals, meaningful. Defensive reaction to simple questions suggests deception. Simple questions shouldn't trigger defensiveness. Where were you Tuesday? Why are you interrogating me? Overreaction. Defensiveness suggests deception. Truthful answer would be simple. At work. No defensiveness needed. Defensiveness suggests something to hide. Verbal slip-ups reveal deception. I didn't. I mean I was. What I meant was. Person is constructing story. Trying to remember what they said before. Trying to keep story straight. Truth doesn't require construction. Truth flows naturally. Watch for verbal fumbling. Indicates possible deception. Timing delays suggest deception. Did you take the money? Long pause. Then no. Truth should be immediate. Did you take the money? No. Immediate. No thinking required. Truth is known. Delay suggests construction. Suggests considering lie. Watch timing. It reveals thinking process. Motivation reading, understanding drives. Understanding what motivates people gives influence over them. What do they want? What do they fear? What drives them? What matters to them? Know this. You can predict them. You can influence them. You can work with them effectively. Everyone has drives. Identify them. Use them. Ethically. Strategically. Powerfully. Listen for passion topics. What do they talk about most? What makes them animated? What gets them excited? These are value indicators. These are drive indicators. Person constantly talks about family. Family is primary value. Primary motivation. Use this. This decision affects your family how? Now they're engaged. Now they care. Because you connected to motivation. Watch what angers them. Anger reveals values. Person gets angry when disrespected. Respect is core value. Person gets angry when deadlines missed. Reliability is core value. Person gets angry when people waste time. Efficiency is core value. Anger reveals what matters. What's important? What drives them? Watch anger. Learn values. Use appropriately. Notice what they sacrifice for. What do they give up for? Time for? Money for? Energy for? These reveal priorities. Reveal values. Reveal motivations. Person sacrifices sleep to exercise. Fitness is high priority. Person sacrifices social life for work. Achievement is high priority. Watch sacrifices. They reveal truth about priorities, about drives, about motivations. Ask about goals. What are you working toward? Their answer reveals motivation, reveals values, reveals what matters. Listen carefully. Not just surface answer. Deeper answer. Why that goal? What will achieving it give them? What does it mean to them? Keep asking why. Get to core motivation, core drive, core value. This is gold. This is influence potential. Chapter 7, Charisma, the X Factor. Charisma is magnetic. Charismatic people command attention, respect, and influence without trying. This seems innate. It's not. Charisma is learnable. Charisma is psychological. You can develop it. Presence, the foundation. Charismatic people have presence. They're fully engaged, fully attentive. When you talk to them, you feel like the only person in room. Be fully present. Put phone away completely. Your attention is entirely on person you're with, not planning next words, just listening. This alone makes you more charismatic than 80% of people. Make engaged eye contact. When they speak, really look at them. This communicates, you matter. You're interesting. I care. Listen without interrupting. Let them finish thoughts completely. Most people interrupt. Charismatic people listen completely, then respond thoughtfully. Remember details. Reference them later. How did that presentation go? You remembered. You cared. This makes people feel valued. Warmth, the connection creator. Charismatic people are warm, approachable, friendly. Warm strength is most charismatic combination. Competent and warm. Strong and approachable. Smile genuinely. Real warm smile. Not fake corporate smile. This draws people to you. Makes them comfortable. Use people's names. Everyone loves hearing their own name. Great point, Jennifer beats great point. Names create personal connection. Show interest in others. Ask questions about them, their work, their interests. People love talking about themselves. Make others feel interesting and valued. Give authentic compliments. Find something genuinely admirable. Compliment it specifically. That color works perfectly with your complexion. Is specific. Shows attention. Be specific. Be genuine. Confidence, the power amplifier. Charismatic people are confident, not arrogant. Confident, comfortable with themselves. This is attractive. This is magnetic. Stand tall. Good posture communicates confidence. Shoulders back. Head up. This is confident body language. Speak clearly. Confidently. Don't mumble. Don't qualify everything. Speak definitively. This communicates authority. Make decisions. Charismatic people decide confidently. They assess, decide, commit. Decisiveness is charisma. Own mistakes. When wrong, admit it confidently. I was wrong. No excuses. This is strength. This is charismatic. Energy and storytelling. Charismatic people have controlled positive energy. Energized. Alert. Alive. This energy is contagious. Bring genuine enthusiasm. Your enthusiasm makes others enthusiastic. Your energy raises room energy. Vary your tone. Monotone is death. Varied tone is life. Vary pitch, pace, volume. This keeps people engaged. Tell engaging stories. Stories engage. Stories persuade. Stories are memorable. Have relevant stories ready. Structure them well, beginning, middle, end. Use vivid details that help listeners visualize. Authenticity. Charismatic people are authentic, real, genuine. Be yourself. Enhanced, but yourself. Share appropriate vulnerabilities. Perfect people aren't relatable. Have opinions. State them. Own them. Practice charisma. Next 10 conversations. Complete presence, phone away. Full eye contact. Smile genuinely. Use names. Get feedback. Build charisma through deliberate practice. Conclusion. Speak smart, live better. You have complete communication system. Question is, will you use it? Knowledge changes nothing. Application changes everything. Start with one skill. Choose one skill. Master it. Then add next. Week 1, first impressions. Week 2, word choice. Week 3, body language. One skill at a time. Build progressively. Practice constantly. Practice in low-stakes situations. With barista. With cashier. With anyone. Every interaction is practice. The multiplier. Better communication multiplies everything. Better career. Better relationships. Better influence. Communication is career multiplier. Communication skills last forever. Improve once. Benefit forever. Technology changes. Communication remains fundamental. Your move. You have knowledge. You need action. Choose one skill. Practice today. Right now. Don't wait. Start now. The final truth. Most people will read this and do nothing. Be different. Be person who implements, who practices, who masters. Close this book. Take one action. Not tomorrow. Now. This moment. Speak smart. Live better. Take it.